Most people don't understand what productivity really is. They think it's about constant motion, noise, filling their schedules until they can't breathe. They wear exhaustion like a medal, as if broken sleep and 16-hour workdays prove greatness. They worship planners, download apps, cling to endless to-do lists like drowning men grasping driftwood. And still they sink. They confuse busyness with power. They mistake chaos for control. What they're building isn't success. It's a prison of their own making. But here's the truth most will never face. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, ruthlessly less. Productivity is war. And war isn't won by scattering forces across every meaningless battle. It's won by focusing power, crushing what matters most, and burning the rest to ash. Every useless task you hold on to, every meeting that doesn't drive your mission, every yes to the wrong people, it's theft. Theft of your time, your energy, your life. If it doesn't bring you closer to your vision, it's not neutral. It's poison. Understand this. If it doesn't build you, it breaks you. There's no in-between. The dangerous ones, the rare few who break through, know this. They're not grinding 16 hours a day, hoping for applause. They have the discipline to cut away what doesn't matter. They say no when others bend. They guard their time like it's worth blood, because it is. Want to be unstoppable? Start here. Choose one goal, not 10, not 5. 1. The goal that, if achieved, makes everything else fall into place. That goal is your war. Everything else is dead weight. Eliminate it. Burn it down. Your life should be a blade, sharp, direct, pointed. Anything that doesn't sharpen the blade dulls it. Once the clutter's gone, the next enemy is distraction. The world will fight for your attention, like vultures circling a carcass. Notifications, cheap entertainment, shallow friendships, obligations that mean nothing to your soul. To rise, you must become untouchable. Your time must be sacred. Do not disturb isn't an option. It's a code. Deep work isn't a suggestion, it's your battlefield. Carve out hours when your mind is sharpest and guard them like your life depends on it, because it does. But there's more. You can't scale by carrying every load alone. If you try, you'll break. You must multiply yourself. Systems, automation, delegation. This is leverage. Leverage turns pawns into kings. Stop believing no one can do it as well as you. Document your process. Systemize it. Hand it off. Machines can repeat it. People can execute it. Buy back your time. Reinvest it in work only you can do. The needle-moving work that changes everything. Then comes the final test. Winning tomorrow today. Most lose the war for their day before the sun rises. They stumble into mornings blind, unprepared, reactive. That's weakness. That's surrender. A warrior doesn't wake up hoping to win. A warrior plans the battlefield the night before. Set your priorities. Prepare your environment. Eliminate distractions. Victory begins long before the first strike. Your first hour is the command center. Win that hour, you own the day. Lose it, you've already fallen. This isn't about hacks. This isn't about pretty journals or hollow affirmations. This is about survival in a world designed to drown you. Most will remain slaves to noise, buried under tasks that never mattered, living lives of exhaustion without impact. But you can be different. You can cut deeper. You can guard your time like a weapon. You can build systems that multiply you. You can rise while others burn themselves to ash. Productivity isn't more. It's less. Less noise, less waste, less weakness, until what remains is pure power. Master this, and you won't just be productive, you'll be unstoppable. You've heard the hard truth. Productivity isn't doing more, it's doing less, ruthlessly. But knowing isn't enough. Knowledge without action is just another paralysis. Stop here, and it's just another idea buried under someday. So let's sharpen this truth into a weapon you can wield. I'm giving you a system, 7 steps. Each designed to slice through noise, reclaim your time, and make you someone who delivers results while others burn out chasing shadows. This isn't theory, it's a battlefield map. Follow these steps with discipline, and you won't just work differently, you'll live differently. Now, let's dive into the first step. Step 1. Choose one. War, kill the rest. Most people are scattered to death. They carry notebooks stuffed with goals, apps overflowing with to-do lists, dreams scribbled on scraps. But the weight of all those ambitions crushes them. They chase 10 victories at once, so they get none. They pursue every shiny object, spread thin across meaningless tasks, wondering why progress feels like drowning in quicksand. Here's the brutal truth. Fight every battle, you win none. You're bleeding yourself dry. Productivity isn't juggling 10 wars. It's waging one war and obliterating everything in its path until it's won. Here's what I mean. Grab a sheet of paper, write every goal you have. Personal, professional, financial, spiritual. Don't hold back. Dump it all out. It'll feel heavy. It should. That list is the anchor dragging you down. Now circle the one goal that matters most, the one that, if achieved, makes others easier or irrelevant. Maybe it's launching a business. Maybe it's mastering a craft. Maybe it's building wealth that changes your family's future. Whatever it is, that's your war. That's your battlefield. That's the only campaign worth your focus. Here's where most fail. They refuse to kill the rest. They cling to every goal because it feels good to dream they can have it all now. But that dream is poison. Until you commit to one, you're committed to nothing. Think like a general. A general doesn't split his army 10 ways. He picks one front, unleashes every soldier, every resource, every weapon until it falls. Only then does he move to the next. That's how wars are won. That's how lives are transformed. Ask yourself, what if, for the next 12 months, you gave everything to one goal? Not half effort. Not when I have time. Absolute focus. Total war. What would your life look like a year from now if you attacked one mission with all your firepower? Would you still be broke? Still stuck in mediocrity? Or would you be unrecognizable, richer, stronger, sharper, unstoppable? The choice is yours. But make no mistake, this comes at a cost. Choosing one war means sacrificing the rest. It means saying no more than ever. It means disappointing people who want your energy for their battles. It means killing goals that feel good but don't move the needle. This isn't about comfort. It's about survival. Survival demands ruthlessness. Here's your order of execution. Pick the war. Choose the one goal that matters above all. No excuses, no hesitation. Write it down. Place it where you'll see it daily. Your wall, your phone, your desk. Burn the rest. Literally destroy the list of other goals. Shred it, torch it, rip it apart so there's no going back. Channel everything. Every hour, every decision, every resource judged by one question. Does this serve my war? If yes, advance. If no, eliminate. At first, it'll feel like loss. Your ego will fight back, whispering you can do it all. Your ego is lying. Once you kill the excess and channel your energy into one front, you'll feel something rare, momentum. For the first time, the needle will move. That's when you'll understand. This isn't sacrifice, it's liberation. By choosing one war and killing the rest, you stop living like the 99%, scattered, exhausted, empty. You step into the 1% who know true productivity is precision, not volume. The weak are slaves to many battles. The strong master one war at a time. Choose your war. Kill the rest. Prepare to win. Step 2. Audit Step 2. Audit your time like a tyrant. You claim you want greatness, but your calendar betrays you. You say you're chasing freedom, wealth, mastery. But one look at your hours tells a darker story. You're bleeding your life on trivialities. Here's the raw truth. Time is the only currency that matters, and you've been spending it like a fool. Money can be lost and regained. Opportunities come and go, but time once gone is etched into your tombstone. You don't get it back. Every wasted hour is stolen from the empire you could have built. Most are prisoners of their own schedules, unaware. They wake up reactive, answering messages, scrolling, rushing to appointments, nodding yes to obligations that drain them. They're puppets, pulled by invisible strings. Worst of all, they call this productivity. No, it's slavery. The dangerous man, the one who rises, doesn't fill his schedule with more. He audits his time like a tyrant, ruthlessly, mercilessly. He examines every calendar block with one brutal question. Does this move me closer to my war or pull me away? That's it. No gray areas, no excuses, no half-truths. Pull up your calendar. Map your week like a battlefield. Every hour is a soldier. Every task is a battle. Circle in green the ones that push you toward your war. Training, deep work, high leverage moves, building systems, creating wealth. Mark in red the ones that drain, distract, or chain you to mediocrity. Nights lost to mindless entertainment, lunches with people who talk but don't build, urgent busy work that keeps you spinning but not advancing, conversations that poison ambition. Look at the map. Be honest. If you're like 99%, your calendar will bleed red. You've marched your soldiers into ambush after ambush, wasting your army on meaningless skirmishes while your true war sits untouched. This is where the tyrant in you must awaken. Cut the red without mercy. No hesitation, no pity. If it doesn't serve the war, it dies. That weekly meeting that could have been an email, kill it. That friend dragging you into gossip and wasted nights, cut them off. That hobby that feels good but doesn't advance your mission, eliminate it or cage it until victory is yours. This isn't easy. It feels brutal because it is. You've built an identity around busyness. You've convinced yourself being overbooked means you're important. But busy isn't effective. Busy is camouflage for wasted time. When you audit honestly, you'll see how much of your life has been stolen under that disguise. Here's the power of the tyrant's audit. Strip away the red, and your life transforms. The chaos quiets, the noise fades. Your calendar becomes sharp, intentional, a blade cutting forward. Green becomes your compass. Every block of time points at your war. For the first time, you'll feel real progress. Momentum. Understand, you're not managing time, you're commanding it. Time isn't a river carrying you downstream, it's an army awaiting orders. A weak commander squanders his forces. A tyrant directs every soldier toward victory. Do it. Audit your week. Mark the green, mark the red. Burn the red without hesitation. If it doesn't build you, it breaks you. If it doesn't serve your mission, it's sabotage. The world won't respect your time until you do. Once you wield time like a tyrant, you'll see something terrifying. Most people aren't living. They're scheduling themselves to death. Not you, not anymore. Audit your time, command your army, march every hour into battle for your war. Step 3. Guard your time like gold. You've chosen your war. You've cut the poison. But the war isn't won yet. Now comes the greatest enemy, thieves. Thieves are relentless. They wear masks, notifications, emails, social media, quick calls. Can I pick your brain? Invitations to distractions dressed as opportunities. People sensing your fire, trying to drag you into their darkness because your light threatens them. The harsh truth: once you rise, the world pulls harder to keep you grounded. If you're not ruthless, you lose. Most treat their time as worthless. They give it away freely. They answer every ping, attend every pointless meeting, scroll away hours they'll never reclaim. They live like time is infinite when it's bleeding out second by second. Not you, not anymore. To become unstoppable, guard your time like gold. No more than gold. You can lose gold and dig it up again. You can lose money and earn it back. But lost time is buried forever. Every thief stealing your time steals pieces of your life you'll never recover. How do you fight back? Build a fortress. Step 1. Block your time. Treat your calendar like sacred ground. Your deep work hours, those windows where you build, create, move the needle, must be walled off like holy temples. You wouldn't skip a meeting with your boss or client, would you? So why skip meetings with yourself? Stop betraying yourself. If your calendar says focus, then focus. That time is untouchable. Step 2. Silence the noise. Live in DND. Do not disturb. Lock down your phone. Turn off notifications. Train people to know you're not available on their schedule. You're available on your terms, if at all. Every distraction let through is an intruder with a knife. Step 3. Value your time at $1,000 an hour or more. Imagine every interruption costs that much. Would you let someone take $1,000 from your pocket for a 5-minute chat? No. So why let them steal your hours? Time has a price, and the successful assign it ruthlessly. The final truth: master the art of saying no. The most powerful people aren't defined by what they accept. They're defined by what they reject. Every yes is a contract. Every yes bleeds your time, energy, focus. Before agreeing to anything, ask, does this serve my war? If not, the answer is no. No hesitation, no apology, no explanation needed. Be warned, when you guard your time, people will push back. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. They'll accuse you of being too focused, too unavailable. Good. That's proof you're doing it right. Weak people want you accessible to keep you at their level. Strong people respect boundaries because they live by them too. This is where most fall. They clean their calendars, cut the red, build momentum, then let thieves back in. They say yes to what they shouldn't. They break their own boundaries. They forget stolen time is gone forever. But if you stay ruthless, if you guard your time like a tyrant guards his throne, something miraculous happens. Clarity, power, progress. Your days stop being chaotic storms and become precise strikes. No wasted movement, no lost energy. Every hour guarded, every action intentional. Guard your time like gold. No, like your life depends on it. Because it does. The weak bleed their hours into thieves' mouths. The strong protect their time with walls, fire, steel, and they win. Step 4. Build systems to multiply yourself. Here's the raw truth. If you try to build greatness with your own hands alone, you'll break. You'll run out of hours. you'll run out of energy. While you're carrying buckets of water, someone else builds pipelines flooding cities. This is where most ambitious people die. They know how to cut distractions, guard time, but think they must do it all themselves. That's slavery disguised as pride. That's ego in chains. You must master multiplication because no matter how disciplined or fierce, you're human. Your time is finite. Systems make you infinite. Think about it. Every repetitive task you cling to chains you to the ground. Meal prep, laundry, bookkeeping, scheduling, sending the same email repeatedly. No matter how small, every minute spent on it is a minute you could have struck at your war. Don't lie to yourself with the weakest excuse. No one can do it as well as me. That's the death cry of small thinkers. Systems crush that excuse. Machines don't tire, tools don't complain. People can be trained, processes can be duplicated, and AI can automate at frightening speed. Teach it once, and you're free forever. Here's how to start. Step 1. Record yourself. Every repetitive task, emails, filing, posting content, record it. Screen record, voice record, write it down. This becomes your blueprint. Step 2. Systemize it. Turn that blueprint into steps. If you can describe it once, you can train someone or something else to do it. AI tools can even break recordings into checklists. What lived in your head is now a process that outlives you. Step 3. Delegate or automate. Find tools that replace human labor. Find people to execute what you shouldn't. Can't afford a team yet? Fine. Use automation. Outsource cheaply. Pay for leverage where you can. Buy back 1 hour at a time. As you grow, buy back days, then weeks. Eventually, your time is reserved for high-leverage moves, work only you can do. This is how empires are built. Here's the secret. You're not meant to be a worker forever. You're meant to be a system architect. The powerful don't grind themselves to dust. They design machines that grind for them. The weak wear out chasing tasks. The strong multiply themselves so their impact stretches beyond their hands. Think of the tyrant king. He doesn't fight every battle himself. He commands armies. He builds structures that outlast his life. He multiplies his will through men, machines, systems. That's why he wins wars. Others can't even start. Think the same. Ask, what am I doing repeatedly that doesn't need my unique skill? That's your first chain to break. Start small. Free yourself from one task, then another, then another. Soon the chains fall. With every task systemized, every hour reclaimed, you feel something powerful. Expansion. Your focus sharpens. Your impact multiplies. While others burn out under their workload, you're building faster, growing further, striking harder, all while doing less. But a warning, this requires humility. Kill your ego. Stop thinking you're the only one who can do everything. Pride is the poison keeping most trapped as workers forever. Pride whispers, you don't need systems. You don't need help. You're strong enough to carry it all. That's a lie. That's how you stay small. True strength is building something that doesn't need you. True strength is creating systems that work while you sleep. True strength is multiplying yourself so your reach extends beyond what your body and mind could ever produce alone. Want freedom? Want scale? Want to be unstoppable? You can't just do. You must build. You must multiply. Transform from worker to architect. Only then do you stop being a man burning hours and become a force bending time itself. Build systems. Multiply yourself or stay small forever. The choice is yours. Step 5. Replace consumption with creation. Here's the disease of our age: consumption. Endless, mindless consumption. Scroll after scroll, video after video, hour after hour, sucked into a black hole producing nothing but emptiness. Lives swallowed by entertainment, gossip, distraction, shallow dopamine hits from endless screens. Most are addicts. They wake, grab their phones, inject noise before their feet touch the ground. They binge podcasts, news, other people's lives, thoughts, creations. They're vampires, drained dry, unaware because they've trained their brains to mistake consumption for progress. Consumption is slavery. Creation is power. Understand, everything you admire, use, depend on was built by creators, not consumers. Businesses that shaped the world, art that lasts centuries, inventions that changed history. None came from endless consumption. They came from those who created while the masses drowned in distraction. To rise above the 99%, break the addiction, starve consumption, feed creation. Here's how to begin. Audit your day. Count hours spent consuming versus creating. Be honest. Research that turns into 3 hours of scrolling. Consumption. That Netflix series you earned after work. Consumption. Gossip at lunch burning an hour of your life. Consumption. Now compare it to hours you create. Writing, building, training, producing, executing. For most, the ratio is terrifying. 90% consumption, 10% creation. They wonder why their lives never change. The dangerous few flip the ratio. They create more than they consume. They pour energy into output, not input. They write instead of just reading. They build instead of just watching. They record, design, execute, leave something behind instead of devouring others' work. Because they create, they shape reality itself. Here's the law. If you're not creating, you're consuming. If you consume more than you create, you're controlled. Someone else writes your story while you clap in their audience. Creation demands discipline. It demands facing resistance. It demands fighting through moments when sitting back to consume feels easier. But every time you choose creation over consumption, you carve power into your identity. You declare, I'm not here to be entertained. I'm here to build. How do you shift? Replace. Instead of scrolling, write. Instead of watching, produce. Instead of gossiping, plan. Instead of absorbing others' noise, create something amplifying your signal. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be ready. Just create. Write the first draft. Film the first video, launch the first product, record the process, build the system, take the step. Creation is messy at first, but every output sharpens your blade. Every act of creation stacks power, builds momentum, creates leverage. Soon your ratio shifts. You go from consumer to producer, from audience to architect, from passive participant to dangerous creator, bending the world to your vision. Here's the dark truth. Most will resent you for it. Your creation mirrors their consumption. Your discipline reminds them of their weakness. They'll mock, dismiss, try to pull you back into their cycle of wasted time. Don't fall. Their noise is just the desperate cries of slaves guarding their chains. The future belongs to creators. Consumers are forgotten. Consumers vanish. Their hours burn away in silence. Creators leave scars on the world. Their output lasts. Their work multiplies. Their discipline builds empires. Ask yourself, when you die, will the world remember what you consumed or what you created? Replace consumption with creation. Stop feeding the void. Start building your kingdom. Only creators shape destiny. Consumers are buried with nothing but ashes of wasted time. Dare to create relentlessly. And you won't just escape addiction, you'll become unstoppable. Step 6. Win tomorrow tonight. Most lose the battle for their day before the sun rises. They don't realize it, but by the time their alarm rings, the war's already decided. They stumble out of bed reactive, unfocused, chained to chaos. Their mornings are noise, distraction, scrambling. They wonder why their lives feel out of control. The truth is simple, but brutal. You don't win the day in the morning. You win it the night before. The undisciplined believe tomorrow will be different. They tell themselves, tomorrow I'll wake early. Tomorrow I'll eat clean. Tomorrow I'll focus. But tomorrow is dead if tonight they fail to prepare. Discipline isn't what you do at sunrise. It's what you do when the world sleeps. A warrior doesn't walk blindly into battle hoping for victory. He studies the terrain. He sharpens his blade. He lays out his armor. He prepares his mind. That's why he wins. Treat your life the same. Tomorrow is your battlefield. Tonight, you build your arsenal. Here's the Ruthless system. Step 1. Set a shutdown alarm. Not a wake-up alarm, a shutdown alarm. Pick a time each night to power down. This is where the weak fail. They stay up scrolling, numbing themselves with entertainment, trading sleep for dopamine scraps. The strong know nothing good happens late at night. The weak waste it. The strong guard it. Sleep isn't weakness, it's fuel. Step 2. Prepare your environment. Your willpower fails if your environment works against you. Lay out gym clothes. Prep your breakfast. Clear your workspace. Remove every obstacle that could slow you down in the morning. Don't leave tomorrow to chance. If your environment isn't built for war, you've already surrendered. Step 3. Choose your 3 strikes. Write down tomorrow's top 3 priorities. Not 20, not 10, 3. These are the needle movers, the war-winning moves. When you wake, there's no decision fatigue, no wasted thought. You know your mission. Hit those 3. You win the day, no matter what else happens. Step 4. Sleep like a weapon. Weak men brag about sleeping little. They confuse burnout with glory, but the disciplined know a sharp mind cuts deeper than a tired one. Go to bed early. Protect your rest. When dawn comes, you don't crawl into your day. You attack it. Then comes the morning ritual. Eat the frog. Mark Twain said, if you have to eat a frog, do it first thing in the morning. If you have 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first. Translation: attack the hardest, most important task immediately. Don't dodge it. Don't delay it. Destroy it. When you conquer the hardest thing first, everything else feels light. Finally, guard your first 90 minutes like your life depends on it. No messages, no emails, no calls, no social media. Those first 90 minutes are the golden window when your mind is sharpest, energy highest, focus unbroken. Direct it at the #1 bottleneck in your life, the thing that, if solved, makes everything easier. This is your strike zone. Do this consistently, and you bend time to your will. The weak drift into mornings blind. The strong win their mornings before they arrive. Remember, fail to prepare tonight. You've chosen to lose tomorrow. But when you end your day with intention, sharpen your environment, set priorities, guard rest, you become untouchable. This isn't about routine, it's about war. You can't control tomorrow's chaos, but you can control whether you enter it armed or unarmed. Win tomorrow tonight. Build your arsenal before the sun rises. When the world wakes unfocused and reactive, you'll be 3 steps ahead, striking with precision while they scramble to catch up. That's how warriors live, That's how empires are built. Step 7. Repeat until it becomes law. Discipline isn't a one-time purge. It's not one clean week, one good month, or one focused season. Discipline is repetition, ruthless, relentless repetition, until actions that felt like effort become instinct. Most treat productivity like a sprint. They push hard for days, maybe weeks, then collapse. They get hyped, reorganize their lives, feel momentum, then drift back to the chaos that kept them small. They're slaves to moods, convenience, comfort. But the dangerous few, the ones who rise, don't treat productivity as a temporary experiment. They carve it into their bones until it's law. Understand, your brain is clay. Every thought, action, habit repeated long enough etches grooves into your mind. That's why people get stuck in cycles. The lazy repeat laziness until it's who they are. The distracted repeat distraction until they can't focus. The weak repeat excuses until weakness is their identity. But this sword cuts both ways. Repeat discipline, and discipline becomes you. Repeat focus, and focus becomes your nature. Repeat productivity, and productivity becomes your identity. Not something you do, but who you are. That's why this step is the deadliest. It's not about knowing the system, it's about becoming the system. How do you make it law? Cycle it, engrave it, build a rhythm that makes relapse impossible. Every week, review your calendar, audit your time, check the green, cut the red, sharpen the blade every month, measure progress. Did your actions bring you closer to your war? Where did you drift? What needs cutting again? Correction is survival. Every year, reset your campaign. Wars evolve, seasons change, battlefields shift. Choose your new war, burn the rest. Discipline isn't an event, it's a lifestyle. It's not one victory, it's becoming undefeatable. The only way is relentless repetition until habits bury themselves so deep in your soul, you can't live otherwise. At first, it feels forced. You'll resist. Your old self will whisper, skip tonight. Take it easy tomorrow. Give yourself a break. That voice is the ghost of the man you're killing. Every time you silence it, you bury him deeper. Every time you repeat discipline, you strengthen the new law. Soon something terrifying happens. You stop thinking about it. You just do it. Preparation becomes instinct. Focus becomes natural. Systems build themselves. Repetition rewires your brain. What was struggle becomes identity. That's when you've crossed over. That's when the old self is dead. Most never reach this. They dabble, experiment, taste progress, then quit. They return to being slaves of chaos. But if you stay ruthless, if you repeat the system until it's etched in your bones, you ascend to the rarest air, mastery. The truth is this: success isn't built on intensity, it's built on consistency. The fire burning hottest for one night dies by morning. The fire burning steady every day becomes a forge. A forge shapes a weapon no one can stop. Repeat until it becomes law. Repeat until you don't think about it. Repeat until discipline isn't a choice but your identity. That's how you become untouchable. That's how you become a weapon. That's how you win. Not once, not for a season, but forever. You've been handed the system. 7 steps, not hacks, not tricks, not feel-good theories. 7 weapons to cut through noise, reclaim time, transform you into something rare, dangerous, unstoppable. First, you chose one war and killed the rest, because fighting every battlefield means dying on all. Then you audited your time like a tyrant, cutting poison, commanding hours like soldiers. You learn to guard your time like gold, shielding it from thieves stealing your life one interruption at a time. You built systems to multiply yourself, because carrying every load alone is slavery, while systems make you infinite. You replaced consumption with creation, refusing to be a spectator in someone else's story. You began winning tomorrow tonight, preparing your battlefield so every day starts with precision, not chaos. Finally, you repeated it all until it became law, engraving discipline so deep it became who you are, not what you do. This is the path. Brutal, yes. Ruthless, yes. Necessary. The world is designed to keep you scattered, weak, distracted. They want you busy, not productive, tired, not powerful, consuming, not creating. But you know better now. You've seen the blueprint. You have a choice. Drift back to mediocrity like the rest, or embrace the darkness of discipline and rise into the 1% who build empires, while others burn out chasing nothing. Understand, productivity isn't doing more. It's doing less. Less until only the essential remains. Less until every move is a strike, every hour a weapon, every day a step toward victory. Follow this system, and your life stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like war strategy. No wasted motion, no hesitation, no compromise. Just precision, momentum, victory. Ignore it. Keep chasing busy over power, and nothing changes. You'll stay where you've always been. Tired, scattered, shackled to tasks that never mattered. Choose now. Time is bleeding whether you act or not. Become ruthless. Become focused. Become untouchable. This isn't just productivity. This is transformation. This is how you stop being a slave to time and become its master.